Greetings, people. Today we are going to have a blast about this chap up here. It's good old DSP, and it's from Doody Streams. There will be a link to the video down below. But this is the epitome of stupidity. I don't know how I said those words because they are really complicated words for a Danish idiot like me. He is complaining that he's losing matches in Street Fighter because he's a pro player and the people he are losing to are scrums, low tier players. I have never met any professional athlete or professional anything being outclassed by lesser people. When I say lesser people, I mean people that just don't have those skills. I've never seen a 30 veteran-year-old mechanic being outsmarted by a teenager. I never seen a professional football player, soccer player, weightlifter, martial artist being outclassed and beaten by newbies. It's the lowest IQ explanation to why you are bad at a game that I've ever heard. Let's get into it here. I will not talk much more about him because he's, oh my god, he's a joy to behold.
Think that right now we're in a situation that's a little confusing, right? It was funny because yesterday I actually asked me the question, or someone asked me the question on yesterday's podcast, have you plateaued? I'm like, plateaued? I don't even feel like I've put time into it to learn yet. Outside of incredible basics, how can you say I've plateaued? Like, that's crazy. Like I said, am I even actively parrying yet? Not really, very little. Have I done drive rush yet? No, I haven't. I haven't even learned how to basically counter drive impact yet. How could I have plateaued with my skill level? That's crazy to say.
What he's basically saying here is that he don't know what the fuck he's doing. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I don't want to put in the time to learn the game. But I'm still a pro player, by the way. Champs, man, titties and all. I'm still a professional athlete. I just don't want to go to the gym as much as I used to and, you know, get my cardiovascular system up and going. But I can still beat every one of you in deadlifts, squats, 500-meter dashes. You have nothing on me. Nothing.
Even actively parrying yet? Not really. Very little. Have I done drive rush yet? No, I haven't. I haven't even learned how to basically counter drive impact yet. How could I have plateaued with my skill level? That's crazy to say.
But you plateau if you don't advance. Like, saying you have much to learn and plateauing are two different things. You can still plateau and have much to learn if you don't advance your skills. So if you need to, let's say, run 500 meters, you can't even do that. But you can run 200 meters. Then you can run 300 meters. Now you're advancing up to the 500. But if you only can run 200 meters and you you don't go over 200 meters, you're plateauing. Even though you know that you need to advance to get to 500 meters, you need to get better. But if you still can't just barely run 200 meters, you are plateaued. And everyone else is running fast and better than you because they are doing the diet thing, weight loss thing, training thing, and stuff like that. This sipping guy here is not. Yeah, suck that bitch.
So, the plan for this week is today it's Marisa. Tomorrow it's a variety stream. And I think tomorrow what I'll probably try to do... Jasper, would you please stop? Stop trying to crawl on my lap. Tomorrow's going to be a variety stream where I'll probably play more Zangief. Because I liked Zangief the other day and I was getting better with him. Plus, I watched like one video of Zangief and already learned a few strategies that I think will be good to implement in future gameplay.
Yeah, of course. You know what? I'm about to learn C# for work. And I'm watching a lot of videos. So I know C#. I don't have to train my brain or do some code examples in C# and stuff like that. I just have to watch a video. Then I know what's going on. Yeah. You can kinda guess what the fuck is going to happen. He watched some videos, he got some ideas in his head, he's not training them, he's not trying to implement them. Then he's going to play the game, and then he's going to swing his stick all over the place in frustration because it's not working as he watched in the video. Why? Because he has not trained it. He has not got familiar with how is it work, like his reaction time and, you know, get the finger memory in and all of that fucking. I'm doing this besides the tape under the cam, by the way. Like, You know, he's not getting the muscle memory in and stuff like that. So he thinks he can just watch the video because I am really smart. I am DSP. So just watch the video. Now I'm top tier motherfucker.
Okay. So probably more Zangief, more Minot, which yes, I want to try Minot, but the problem is I can't find tech for her. That makes sense because the high level tech is too... The high level tech for Minot is like so much drive rush stuff, and the drive rush stuff is something I can't do yet, so I learn the basics. So
then you learn the basic and you're advanced.
So I'm not learning watching the high level Minot videos because it's too much. Oh, do this insanely advanced tactic that mixes up a high level player, right? But the funny...
Yeah, but then you go into a training match and do it. Like, it's the same as learning to do advanced lifting at the gym. You start out with the basics, you get the form right. You use almost no fucking weight till you get the form right and all that shit. And then you put the weight on till you get up to the desirable weight that you want to lift. He's the guy that thinks that I want to deadlift fucking 500 kilograms. I don't need to train, I just watch the video 80 haul. Fucking big champ, see if I can splice the video in of him deadlifting 500 plus kilograms without getting monetized. Oh, well, I'm not monetized, so I can do it anyway. He's thinking he'll just watch him do it and be like, yep, I'm DSP, I'm deadlifting 600 fucking kilograms. That's the brain pattern with this fucking species of a monkey, I think I would call him now.
The part is, if I try that against low-level players, they'll just do unsafe shit right through it and blow through it and beat me. I wonder if anyone even understands what that means. Allow me to elaborate just for a second. When you're playing a competitive fighting game, okay, there's essentially two levels. There's scrub level, where people are just so not...
No, when you're... Anything you're doing, there are multiple levels. There are entry, mid, medium, high, advanced, and the neighbors are banging on the walls because they're putting things up. I'm sorry if you can hear that. There's not just two tiers. You're not God tier or crap tier. There's anything from crap tier all the way up to God tier. Anything in between.
Conscious of how to really play the game, they throw anything out there as a Hail Mary, even as unsafe as it is.
It don't matter if it's unsafe. If you are a knowledgeable player, if you are a smart player, if you have a vast history in fighting games, you should recognize that they're doing that, and then you should go into, let's say, defensive positions. Not try and play smart. Like, I'm definitely not a fucking fighting game player. But when I see him play fighting games, he plays them like they are playing them. There's not a lot of logic behind what he's doing, to be honest, when you're looking at it. Or his reaction time is just that fucking slow. By the way, he's 1 year younger than me. This is really scary. I'm so afraid that my brain will deteriorate next year into his fucking slump of a fucking cells and mechanisms and electronics things going on in his... Yeah, basically what I'm saying is I'm afraid of getting a smooshy brain.
Alright? The problem is, because you're playing like that, a person who has a competitive mindset usually doesn't expect it, and therefore doesn't plan for it. You'd think they're going to do anything but what they just did.
You plan for everything. That's what an expert does. And experts can adapt. And experts knows that, okay, you're doing that, this is my counter. Okay, you're doing that, this is not going to work, this is going to work. If you know what the fuck you're doing, it don't matter if the other person knows what they're doing or not, because you know how to counter or how to take advantage of them not knowing what to do. And you can bait them into do shit. I'm just talking from previous fighting experience in real life here, by the way. There's so many fucking strategies you can use that a professional player like him should be understanding how to use. It's just like...
Because what they just did is so ridiculously risky and unsafe and doesn't make sense from a competitive standpoint. So it's funny, when you're a higher level player...
Here's the thing, if you can do it in the game, it makes sense. It's that simple. If you can do something in a game, it makes sense. And you, as a high-level player, should understand that you can do these things. Just so I think this is what he wants to do. He wants to have them do a specific series of combos, so he can do his specific series of combos, and then they are doing their specific series of combos. He basically wants it scripted like a movie fight.
With a competitive mindset, you can actually get thrown for a loop by a noob because the noob isn't thinking the way you are. Do you understand?
And that's why you adapt. That's why you, again, with the knowledge about the game that you supposedly have, you should be able to say, aha, because they don't know that what they're doing, I can do this to them because they have no idea how to counter it and blah, 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 blah. Or I may not know what's coming next. You don't know what's coming next from a professional player. You don't know what they're doing next. You can kind of suspect it, but you don't really know. You know, that's why we have all of these Hail Marys going on in football and soccer and stuff like that. It's to throw out the brain set of the competition. And if you're not really good at adapting, which this masculine alpha male of a species says is really not capable of that, you would be smacked in the face, you know. You will get your ass cheek clapped more than a fucking $2 hooker at night. Can I say that on YouTube? I don't know.
But then, when you're playing high level, people tend to be way more conservative with the amount of things that they try to do, and they're not going to throw out giant hail.
Go watch an American football game, and go watch NFL. You know, go watch a college football game and an NFL game. Are the NFL teams only playing like 2 or 3 plays? They have hundreds of plays in their playbook. It's like a big motherfucker. I would be tired out of my ass just reading the 2 first pages, by the way. What? The more advanced you are, the more moves you get. I don't even know how I can clarify how fucking stupid this sounds. This is what a noob would be saying towards a professional.
Mary reversal level 3 supers. They're not going to do wake up Shoryuken if it means that they can lose the round if you block it. So
I've seen. You'll probably watch a football game if you're from the States, okay? And you'll probably see like an NFL team do you're like, what the fuck is going on here? They do Hail Marys all the time. I've seen it in fights. I've seen it in race car driving. I've seen it in any competitive form whatsoever, that sometimes it's like, you know what? Let's just throw it out there and see what the fuck is happening. And because they're high-level players, they can deal with the consequences of their actions. This, whatever he is, cannot. Again, he wants a scripted match, and perfectly, he wants to win those scripted matches. He wants to come out as the victor, because he is smart, because it's a scripted match. The components or competitors or my adversaries are only doing 3 or 5 different moves, and I know exactly how to work within those 3 or 5 different moves.
Because of that, now some things end up being more safe to do. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, if you know they're not going to do this giant Hail Mary move out of nowhere, you could probably do this other kind of mix-up game.
He wants the competitors to be nice to him.
And it's fucking like this hell. For every fighting game, by the way.
I'm spinning all over the place. I'm so fucking out of mind here.
Okay. But a lot of people don't get that because they don't understand the difference. That's why it's funny when I'll be playing a game online and I'll say, oh my god, they threw out a random level 3 super and I can't believe I'm going to lose because of it. And people are like, ha ha, you see, you suck.
Yeah.
You got beaten by the noob tactic. I'm like,
yep.
Well, actually what it is I'm not expecting them to do something.
Then you're not a pro. A pro should respect everything. Have you heard any even fucking mediocre player or athlete or anything like that talk like this? Have you heard any mediocre gamer talk like this? Like, this is the definitive proof that DSP is probably the worst gamer that to ever exist, because the Dunning-Kruger effect. He thinks he's top tier, but in reality, he's low tier.
Insanely unsafe, because if I block that, I win the match for free. So why would they do it? And you don't think they're going to do it, and then they do it. You see? You can get beaten by that.
And that's why they're doing it. Because they know. They are gambling. It's like gambling. I can throw all on red. I may lose or win.
It really is random when they do shit like that. It's so random. Oh, giant reversal out of nowhere.
What's a UFC fight? All of that shit is random. They don't sit and be like, yeah, let's go over the notes. You're hitting me in the face, then I'm grappling you. We're going down to the ground. You're getting up again. You're doing some insults. I'm putting some insults back. Now I'm kicking you in the face. We go down on the... That's how he wants Street Fighter to... Come on, man. Come on, dude. Please. Please. Please.
Or whatever, you see?
Oh my god.
But that's what I mean, like, I'm trying to learn this game from a competitive standpoint, and I get beaten by basic stuff.
Then you have not learned the game. It's that simple. If you're getting beaten by the basic stuff, you have not learned the game. You have to learn to be basic then. DSP, you need to learn to be a basic bitch, okay?
But when I'm watching high-level gameplay of Minot or other characters, they're not doing the crazy
watching. Not playing, watching. When I am watching, not playing, watching, they're not doing that shit. That's the issue here. You're just watching. You're not training.
Some risky stuff. So you're not learning the basics of the character. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's hard to figure out what tech am I watching? Whose videos do I watch? And
you don't watch any fucking video. You watch the cheat sheet of how to do the button combinations, do all of these fucking, you know, X, Y, and Z combos and whatnot, and then you train. You don't become better by just watching. You get the basics from watching and reading, and then you go train, because there are so much unspoken things going on that is not being explained in videos and written form that you learn by doing the action. And it goes with everything in life. Coding, working out, gaming. Yes, you can look up guides and stuff that give you a massive help to beat a boss and stuff like that. But you also need to be able to learn from what you are doing. What, you know, okay, the guy said this, but the boss did a little bit of different thing, or I'm standing in a different position, or I have different, oh my god, I have no more ammo in this weapon that the guy told me to use, but can I use these things? You have to adapt, basically. And the only way you learn to adapt is by training. I honestly think that he can just plug into the matrix with his eyeballs, watch a fucking video, and then, like, he's Chuck from the Chuck series. He just have to watch something, and then he knows everything about it, and he can go out and fucking be a ninja and all that kind of shit. Dude is 41, 2 years old, or whatever the fuck it is, and his brain is already fucking deteriorated to an 80-year-old that can't learn anything.
I did ask a few people, hey, could you send me some Minot videos, and no one did. So I was just kind of...
It's because they know you're not learning from it. They know that you're just watching and be like, yep, I understand, I'm expert.
Kind of, you know, winging it. Trying to find stuff on social media, trying to find stuff on YouTube, and...
What? Play the game. Play the fucking game. You know the best way to get top tier in any game? Play the game. Play it over and over and over and over and over again.
It's like... It's tough right now. For someone who's not just hyper-focused on the competitive nature of this game, it actually is tough. You're coming out of not even playing Street Fighter V at all. How many people are trying to play Street Fighter 6 who skipped Street Fighter V? Not many. You know? So it's tough for me, but I'm trying to do my best. I'm trying to adapt, and I want to get better, you know? So...
No, you won't. If you want to become better, little DSP, you will be, instead of fucking ordering DoorDash and picking your belly button all the time when you're not doing anything, you'll be playing Street Fighters. In your break between your two streams that is like a couple of hours long, you will find time to play one training match. Just one. I don't know how long they take, a couple of minutes or something like that. That's how you become better. You train and train and train. If you have a kid that's a little bit sad about them getting their ass beaten in any game or something like that, that you're not a really good gamer, or, you know, like, why is everyone better than me in gaming and whatnot? You take your kid, put him or she or whatever they are on your lap, and you watch some DSP gameplays, and you're like, you know what, my child? You can beat this fucking idiot. You know? You're way better than he is. This guy, you think he knows everything, he can everything, but in reality, you know what? You can beat him with fucking your diaper full of shit. And being hungry at mom. Or not hungry, hangry at mom. You know, you need to suck that thing. And you can still beat this fucking idiot. So that's a confidence booster for anyone. If anyone, young or old, feel that you're bad at gaming, watch DSP and you'll be feeling like a fucking gaming god. See you all later. Bye bye.